Well, how are you, folks? I hope you're well. I really, really do. Good God, I need an haircut, don't I? Hopefully, the next 2 or 3 days, I'll get something sorted with the old Barnett. Showbiz news, showbiz news. I've got a few up today. I've got a few. Where will we start? Well, I was happy this morning. I got up this morning, went to work, did a bit out and about, then came in to work from home, put the first of programmes I normally flick through, see if there's any news on, and it happened to be this morning. I was absolutely over the moon. Over the moon. There's old Dermot, little Derm, no dad dancing, no dancing at all, no Alison Hammond. He was there with that, is it Sian Welby? I've told you I like her, I really like her, and she must have said to him, I'm not doing all that stupid dancing that Hammond does with you every Friday. I'm not doing that. You do it if you want to, I'm not going to be a partner. And he must have thought, don't want to do it on my own. I look stupid enough doing it on my own. Stupid enough doing it with Alison Hammond. On my own, I'll look really stupid. They didn't do it. I really was pleased. I was, honestly. Then I went on the internet and I read the sad news. Kate Beckinsale there has come to tell us that her mother, is it Judy Loe? I did write it down because I don't want to get it wrong. I'm sure it is. Yeah, Judy Loe. Not Judy Love, not that comedian that's not very funny. No, Judy Loe. Her mother, ex-wife of Richard Beckinsale before his very, very, very untimely death. Actress herself as well, She's died, sadly died. What age was she? Did I write it down? 78. Kate announced last year that her mother had cancer. She had a bad year last year. She announced that her mother had cancer, and her stepdad also died last year. Anyway, her mum's been battling it for 12 months, and she said, I wrote this down because I didn't want to get this wrong, she's had immeasurable suffering over the last sort of days or weeks, and I felt really sorry for her young Kate. I really, really did. She's left on her own now. It's a shame. I believe her mother fought it manfully. I really believe she did. Anyway, she passed away over the last few days, and Kate was at her side, which is nice to hear. But from that, I say, and I'm not taking the mickey here, it's only a pity her mum wasn't well enough to go and watch Oasis. Now, there is a link. I promise you there's a link. I'm reading something today. Some fans of Oasis have said they've witnessed a biblical moment. That's right, a biblical moment whilst watching Oasis. 4 or 5 people there in their wheelchairs, they're in the disabled part, are all stood up cheering the band on. What's all that about? Are Oasis, is one of them like Jesus? Can they make you walk again? Or is it some of them mancs being crafty, going in on wheelchairs to get a good vantage point, and there's nothing wrong with them? I think there's more chance it's the latter rather than the former, don't you? I don't know, the scallywags. Scallywags they are. What else have we got? Did you see that today? I read about it. Well, I seen it yesterday, I didn't read about it. The Coldplay concert. When they're going round with the old filming, they're doing a bit of a Peter Kay there on the crowd. And old Chris Martin's got the old camera and they film something. And it's a bloke and a woman kissing. He's all over her, they're kissing. And it stops on them and they look at them two and then they look up and see themselves. The bloke dives down and the woman turns around, very, very embarrassed. Anyway, he said, oh, what's going on there? Is it your first date or are you having an affair? The bloke doesn't show his face again. Turns out they're having an affair. I don't think it had been the first date. This fella is the CEO of a big company in there America, 1.3 billion company, and she's his head of HR. His wife's at home somewhere, and he's not took her to Coldplay. They looked like they were playing, these two. They didn't look that cold. They were all over one another. But I noticed, and nobody else has noticed this, I noticed, as the woman turned round, he went for the deck, he ducked down. Said the F word and ducked down. He'd realised he'd been caught out. She's talking to a mate of hers, you can see and she's laughing. So although they've been caught together, she's laughing. She thinks it's funny. She's probably not bothered because I don't think she's got an his indoors. I think she's on her own. It's him that's playing away and she's not bothered about being caught. Pity she's laughing. I bet the wife wasn't laughing when the wife found out. Anyway, I think it's been viewed. A fan has actually videoed it from the video that was there. I think it's been watched by about 40 million people. But nobody has said that the woman in question was laughing. But I saw it. She was laughing. She thought it were funny. Or it was funny. And from that, I say they're in trouble, the old married bloke. John Torode, as you know, he's been in trouble. You do know that. And I said yesterday, he's talking now about getting the legal boys onto the BBC for unfair dismissal. He said this word, this what's it called? The offensive word. You know what I mean? I can't think. I'm hopeless, aren't I? Racist. Of course it is racist. This racist word, and he's not come out with it. Well, I've come out yesterday, innit? He said this racist word. He said, I don't think I would have said that. I don't remember saying that. Anyway, it turns out he's been singing along to, is it a Kanye West song? I wouldn't have thought old John Torode would know old Kanye West song. I certainly don't. Been singing a song, I think it's called Gold Digger. Anyway, he's managed to change the D for another letter. And not only has he sung it once, he sung it twice. So firstly, he knows the song, and secondly, he's changing the words. I'm thinking to myself, John, you know what you've said. If you've said it twice, you know what you've said. And if you're singing along to a song with Gold Digger in it, you know what you've said. I'm thinking to myself, well, ITV had said they might have binned him at the BBC, but we like him and his wife. We're okay with him. We're not going to get rid. I think upon hearing that, they might just have a rethink. And I thought to myself, I never mentioned this yesterday, is it his wife? Was she Lisa Faulkner? Does she still take that name now? Or she took his name? I'm not so sure. She's doing all the cooking with him. I've got to say, I didn't mind her as an actress. I don't like seeing her mush on my screen cooking stuff. Probably a good cook, but I don't like it because she always looks really, really happy with herself, a bit like the cat's that's got the cream. And I think she has. She's getting all these gigs on telling now cooking. She's a picking actress. She's not a cook. She comes across as holier than thou. She knows everything about cooking and all her acts are best and all her tips are best and everything else. And I'm thinking, you're not even a cook. You've only got in there on your husband's shirt tails and now you're doing even more work than him. I think he could be for the high jump. I could be wrong. And that, folks, is the end of today's Showbiz News. I love you and I'll leave you. I'll sleep well tonight. I won't have to be thinking about Dermot and Alison dancing again. That never happened today. That's bloody great, that. I'll sleep well. I'll be refreshed tomorrow to hopefully bring you some more Showbiz News.